while I wait for it to do what it do. But the thing that really got me about that episode is that the girl wasn't doing anything. You know, you can go on national TV. These girls jumped in her face, was in her face, was violent. Nobody said anything. No press charges, I'm sure, were pressed before, during, or after the show. And I'm pretty sure when they signed on for the show, that because of so much violence happening in the past, they made them probably sign something that said that they would not press any charges. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, to me, it's just ridiculous that that could be on mainstream TV. And what got me even more about that was that this is the Oxygen Network. You know, I used to be one of Oprah Winfrey's biggest fans. The cookie was good when I was younger, and I wanted to be like her. But I understand now. I would have been so disappointed if I didn't have the understanding that I have now. But I understand now that no matter how good you are, it's like when you enslave yourself to something that you really like. You know, like she liked her talk show, and you know, was trying to still do the thing with the Oxygen Network, which was supposed to be for women and be something positive. And I don't know if she still owns it or not, because I haven't been keeping up with the news and all that. But I mean, they just turned it into a debauchery. I'm sure that's not what she had in mind. The Bad Girls Club was initially supposed to bring bad girls and turn them good, but now they're just on there trying to see who's the baddest, you know? And I don't understand how these women, because when I looked at the show, I watched the episode before that too, I didn't understand like how these women, when you looked at the women that bullied that girl Janae, that wasn't the first time. And the thing that tripped me out is when I went to look back at the previous shows, because they got juice, got to find out what was going on. They they basically fired another girl. They put her out of the house. She wasn't asked to leave by the management. She didn't do anything wrong. They just told her to pack her stuff. And they didn't just tell her to pack her stuff. They just told her, you leaving today. They packed her stuff, put it outside, and put her out. They put their hands on the child, you know, and I'm just like, wow. And that girl, there was nothing wrong with that girl. Can you really be that jealous of somebody or hate somebody for absolutely no reason like that? What was wrong with those women? I just didn't understand it. And then you could tell, like, when they were getting together in their little wolf packs or whatever, like the weakest link person, you could tell which person was not really as into it. There's always one person that's not as nasty as the others, you know, regardless of what they put up out front. And you could tell that they had fear in their hearts, so they was just like, oh, you know, I think this person's going to be the next one to go. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like you're so much in a desire to be part of what's popular that you can't stand up for what's right. And that's the way society, what's on TV is a, you know, art imitates life and vice versa, is a reflection of the way the world is. And okay. And the world is a reflection of what's on TV, you know. And that's why, you know, when I was growing up, you know, they were saying how they didn't really want us, not my mom or anything like that, but I heard other parents saying it. And I was like, it's true, you know. You're getting caught up in all this stuff and you believe it's normal. Listen to the way it just really struck me. It's so ironic. I happened upon a Malcolm X video the other day, and he was talking about, you know, black people don't really know who they are. And he was being interviewed back in the day when it was really racist, this white TV reporter. And the white TV reporter, you know, was just like, what's your real name? Tell me your name. You know, just trying him on. That's not the name that you were born with. And Malcolm was just like, you know, I don't know my name. You know, that name was a name. My name was taken from me. That name was a name that was given to me. And the white guy was trying to make light of it and trying to ridicule him. And, you know, Malcolm X just kept his calm. He stated what he had to say. And he made him look like a pure fool, you know. And the type of composure, you know, that man had in the face of just straight up ignorance, of people just constantly pushing buttons and pushing buttons. You know, I don't think we have any real black men like that hardly anymore. And it scares me, you know, because, you know, every so often I'll go into like a chat room or whatever, you know, hoping, you know, because I put out information, like I'll say something like, you know, I'm looking for intelligent conversation, blah, blah, blah. you know, and just in the small chance that somebody would be like, hello, you know, would you like to discuss transhumanism or something? But no, it doesn't happen. You know, and the stuff that you see, if I actually look at the room, at the conversation that's going on, it is so horrible. And it's so sad to me because the room, like I go on Mocal Space, and the rooms that are there, you know, I remember like when the chatting thing, you know, got a little bit better, when it got past IRC and Black Voices was out, and you would have at least halfway decent conversations. These people are prostituting themselves on the internet, you know what I'm saying? And not like women to men. This is like men dressed up as women and saying all these kind of like things. And obviously if they're doing all this, they have an audience, they have someone that's giving them whatever it is that they're asking for. And I'm just like, you know, it just tears my heart apart. You know, I'm just like, wow, you know. And it's just, you rarely see, you know, a Black man in the room, you know, regardless of age. You know, you could have somebody, most of them are young, you know, like 30s, 20s. But even you might have somebody in their 40s and they're trying to act like that. You know what I mean? And I mean, to me, it's just sad, you know. And then the messages that I get is the majority are not about anything. You know, the majority are sexual tone, which I don't, you know, have a big problem with that. You know, that's you. You know, you do your thing. You know, you're human. But it's just, you know, when did, you know, me being a Black woman that's almost 40, you know, that should be something that shows dignity. You know, something that would bring somebody up a notch, you know, to have some kind of pride when they're speaking to me, you know. And for people to come at me like that, I'm like, wow, you know. And in workplaces I worked in, the same thing, you know. And the reason that I was talking about this was that girl Shanae. I can relate to her because I'm kind of like that. I'm an outsider, you know. Do I have certain qualities that if I really wanted to, you know, advertise them, that would make me, you know, somebody that, you know, people would be drawn to? Perhaps, you know. But it's just like, for me, you know, what I'm about is what's on the inside. You know, I'm a thinker, I'm deep, I'm analytical, I'm artistic, I'm creative. You know, I don't get caught up in the rapture of just the craziness that's going on, and just because everybody else is doing it, I just got to do it too. You know, I've never been raised like that. I was always told, you know, don't be a follower, be a leader, you know, and if everybody else jumps off the bridge, are you going to jump too? But it seems like that's what everybody does now. One person jumps, the whole crew jumps behind them. And I'm just like, you know, and I like my sober existence. You know, I like being able to see things in an objective way from the outside. And I don't know, I just, and even in churches used to be a place where people were catered to mentally, you know, where you had conversations, you know, where people were catered to spiritually. And now it's like everybody's lost. I just, you know, for real, I don't understand it. But anyways, this is cookies and chatter, I guess. But I'm gonna check on my cookies because I'm smelling them a little bit. So let me know what you think. If you had similar experiences, or similar experiences that are not similar but you feel in the same vein that I do, you know, let me know. Because that girl, she got kicked off the show. They bullied another girl like that. And I bet you they made them chicks sign something before they got on the show saying that they would not hold the show live or they would not press charges. I bet they did. Because that, and they portrayed it on, and if they're doing this on TV and nothing's happening, the young people are going to think that's okay, you know. And I'm sure this has been going on probably for the past decade now, and I've been so oblivious because of everything that I've been going through. But wow, really? I mean, come on, we got to shape up and we got to love each other, you know. And if you can't love somebody, don't hate them. And I'm just encouraging everybody out there, you know, to be real men and women, you know, stand in your strength. Just because something's not popular to do, you know, doesn't mean that you should not stand up for what's right. So anyways, I'm going to check on my cookies and I guess I'll be back.